Welcome everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you about the $250 AirPod Pros. Well, they're on sale for $199 right now on Amazon. Must be a good deal, right? Well, don't get snowed, especially if you're an Android user. Well, don't get me wrong, the AirPod Pros, they have some great features that I wish every pair of earbuds had. But there's not $250 worth of value here, flat out, people. Now, to be fair, I'm an Android user, I'm not an iPhone user, but still a lot of people on my channel ask about comparisons to the iPod Pros when I do my other earbud reviews, and I wanted to experience this for myself. And when these went on sale for $199, I thought, let's get it done. What's my executive summary? I am returning these ASAP. I am not a fan, and I'm going to run down why in this video. First, let's run down the specs really quickly. The case, this is an excellent case. It's small, it's livable, fits in the fifth pocket of my jeans. And I would say, thankfully, like for this price, thankfully it charges wirelessly. Otherwise, you're using a proprietary Apple Lightning cable, and I can't stand that. I don't have any in the house. The battery lasts 4.5 hours on a charge, but if you're an Android user, you're going to be guessing how much battery life you have left. Because unlike every other pair of Bluetooth earbuds working on an Android phone, these just don't show you the battery life for whatever reason. Now, you could download a third-party app and you could use that, and I guess, some people like to do that, but you're buying a $250 pair of earbuds or AirPods, whatever you want to call them, and you're getting a premium experience from Apple. But if you go download some third-party app, you're going to get something that is less than stellar. Let's just say less than stellar. But at least when you're using the case with these, it does recharge the earbuds, and you can get about 24 hours before having to recharge the case. And the single light on the case will turn amber when it's time to charge that case. Now, the AirPod Pros have an Ipx rating of 4, so you can use these for working out. Comfort-wise, these are really comfortable. Like, the stem design is a little bit funky, but they are all-day wear, comfortable, and they're functional. The AirPod Pros have this nice feature that I think every earbud needs. Every earbud. It's this simple little vent on the ear tip. This vent equalizes the pressure in your ear on both sides so that it's simple and effective, and it means you won't hear your footsteps or get that fishbowl feeling in your head while you're wearing them, even while you're running. Kudos to Apple for this feature. I would pay extra for this feature. Hey, are you listening, Soundcore Liberty Air 2s? Put this feature on your ear tips. It's amazing, and it's great, and it's cheap to do. Now, the ANC on the Pros, it can be switched between on and ambient mode. For Android users, there is no off mode. Now, I think that's a pretty tough leave out on Apple's part to not by default have the touch controls let you switch between ANC off and ambient mode, and just skip the off part. It's nice to have the off part. It's very functional to want that kind of middling position where you don't get ANC or ambient. Now, I haven't heard of an app that gives you, an Android user, the ability to turn on this mode, getting to the third mode of off. But even if there was, I don't like the idea of a third-party app. Now, the ANC does work well. It has a really pleasing sophistication to its operation that feels really premium. A lot like how all the new JLab Air, Ipx Air, and Ipx Sport ANC earbuds work. It's kind of got that feeling like when you turn it on, it kind of powers on, like from nothing to and then it's like full-blown ANC, and it's kind of cool, right? It's kind of cool, but the JLab ANCs are on sale for $50. The AirPods are $199. Similar feel. Anyway, the AirPod Pros support AAC for high definition audio, and they should work well obviously for Apple users, and for Android users they work well as well. I can't fault them for that. Now, and in watching, Netflix, Disney Plus, and other YouTube videos, they really don't lag while watching movies. This is a good bud for watching movies. Now, latency for gaming, let me go over my new latency test with you and just let that illustrate what you can expect while gaming. So the touch controls, or force sensors, and I think you pay extra for that term, they do omit volume, even for iPhone users, and even for iPhone users, you're going to be stuck talking to Siri, a really awkward conversation when you're on a bus, on an airplane, or in a restaurant to lower the volume of your earbuds, or raise the volume. Android users are even further frustrated because they can't change the volume and they can't call up the Google Assistant. Now sure, you can download a third-party app to enable the Assistant, but again, that's going to introduce all kinds of other issues for you, right? Privacy issues, updates to the earbuds could, destroy your app. Plus, you can't really update the AirPod Pros anyway without being an iPhone user. And you're going to lose that premium feel of the AirPod experience. Now, I will say that the touch control, which is on the stem of the bud, it takes a little bit of getting used to. Once you get the hang of it, you can't just press it, you kind of have to squeeze it. And once you get the hang of that, it's pretty reliable. And technically, I think it might be a button because you definitely can feel and hear it click when you press it. Either way, whether it's touch control or a button, like the haptic feedback is excellent. It helps you use these really accurately in practice. Now, I connected the AirPod Pros to my Pixel 4 with the same simple technique that I've connected, dozens of other Bluetooth devices, earbuds to my phone. Except with the AirPods, you leave them in the case. So you just open the case, that's when you start the pairing process. You don't take them out of the case. Otherwise, that's a pretty cool feature. Open the case, they connect, close the case, they disconnect, right? Once I got them connected, they worked really well, even on my Pixel 4, but the Bluetooth range was like 46 feet, which is not that great. It's not that great compared to what? Compared to a lot of other Bluetooth earbuds that I've tested where I'm getting ranges from, this low end 46 feet up to over 100 feet on some of the earbuds. And the AirPod Pros do work in mono mode, but they, at least for Android users, I can't speak for iPhone users, but for Android users, they are not multi-point. Okay, so let's talk about that really important sound quality. Now, my impression is probably not going to be that different from what you've heard by other reviewers. I just think they're decent, right? They're decent in terms of bass, vocals, soundstage. But I never really got excited about listening to music with these earbuds. I have to turn the volume up pretty high to get maybe like 50% to start getting impact. Now 50% volume isn't nearly as loud as these will go. Like you can put these up at maximum volume, they're about 98 decibels. That's really loud. It's too loud to be listening to on a day-to-day basis. It's nice to have that headroom, but I didn't come anywhere near listening to them that loud. Nonetheless, I do have to turn the volume up to get impact, especially from female vocals like Lauren Allred in Never Enough. And it's the same with bass. Like I gotta turn it up pretty loud to start getting bass impact. But what happens if you turn the bass up too loud is you start to get the bass starting to fall over all of itself. And it'll just be overpowered, especially on heavy bass tracks, EDM tracks, like something like Rockstar by DaBaby. Now they do sound good, right? They sound good enough, but the thing is, they're $250 on sale for $199. Like, aren't I expecting better than good? Like I can buy a lot of earbuds for $50 that sound just as good as these and be pretty well satisfied, especially as an Android user with the controls, which I think you really get shafted with here by the AirPods, and then as an Android user. All right, well, that's enough rambling. Like, here's my recommendation whether or not you should buy the AirPod Pros. I can't recommend these. For $250, I just cannot recommend these. For $200, I still can't recommend these. I mean, there's a couple of features that I think are really worth paying a premium for over, let's call it like $59 to $70 ANC earbuds that I have tested. Those vented tips are awesome. I want them on every single pair of earbuds that I have. I do think there's something cool and simple about the Apple experience with the AirPods from the pictures that I see in the instructions. If I had an iPhone, about how these connect, how these operate, it is pretty nice and simple. And I would like to see that experience on Android. But at the end of the day, how you connect to Bluetooth on an Android device, after you do it once, it's pretty simple. You follow, 3-4 button clicks and you're connected. Like, it's still pretty simple. But that's really it, right? There's not really any other features that I look at these earbuds and think, wow, that's a killer feature I would pay an extra $150 to $200 for, right? They're just not there. Now, if anyone asked me, like, what would I cross compare to the AirPod Pros? I would suggest for an iPhone user, you cross-shop these with the Zen Pods, which are $65 right now on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, whatever it is. I'll send a link in the video description. And for Android users, I would flat out recommend the Zen Pods over the AirPod Pros. You get the same kind of funky design. They're both super comfortable in your ears, and they're both excellent for working out and running. With the Zen Pods, you get those 3 modes on ANC. You get ANC, you get ambient, and you get the full on-off mode, all controllable via the touch controls. So you're one-upped there, and you're still almost $200 cheaper to buy the Zen Pods. Like, whoa, that is totally value right there. So the last thing you might be thinking is, well, maybe the AirPod Pros really pull and carry a bunch of weight on the microphone quality. Like, you know, this is Apple's flagship product. They must be really good for taking calls, right? On my channel, I don't try to predict that stuff. I don't try to give you my impression of that stuff. I just throw it out there. Same test. Here we go. We're going to go down the same test using the AirPod Pros to make a call to my Google Voice, and I'm going to show you right out on the streets with the background traffic what it's going to sound like. And in this test, since this is the flagship Apple product, I brought in the flagship product that I've tested in my mic series and I've said is the #1 wireless earbud that I've tested, the Galaxy Buds Plus. Same day, within a couple of minutes, in the same location, testing both earbuds. I'm going to play them back to back here, and you can decide what you think of the microphone quality between these two products, which are not even really price competitive at the moment, are they?
It is the first snow of the season. I thought I would come out right away and get out a test of an earbud. And these are the AirPod Pros, which I got on sale for $200. On sale for $200. And I'm an Android user. I'm using my Pixel 4. I'm making this video call. Well, nothing. This is a Google Voice. I'm filming it. I'm filming this call on my Pixel 2. I'm recording it with the AirPod Pros to my Google Voice account. And I've got some background traffic going by so that we could get a real feel for what these would be like in day-to-day usage. Now, it's a gorgeous first snow of the season. I'm going to give you that view, but then I'm going to tell you that there's traffic going by in the background. But that's not as beautiful a view. But you can see that I've got multiple cars going by, SUVs, trucks, all that fun stuff. And it is the first snow of the season. Thankfully, it's not that cold a day out, but I thought I would just run outside and do this video with the AirPod Pros and give us a feel for how well they work. And in fact, I'm going to switch over to the Galaxy Bud Plus and do a updated microphone test with the exact same conditions in one moment. And we're going to compare them back to back. This is going to be fun. Okay, this is a video using the Galaxy Buds Plus. I'm making a call to my Google voicemail account over my Pixel 4 XL. It's the first snow of the season. It's absolutely a gorgeous day, and I'm doing this comparison back to back with the AirPod Pros. I just made the call with the AirPod Pros. I'm going to show you this gorgeous view of the first snow of the day of the year while I wait for some traffic to come by. First thing I'm going to tell you, and I don't know if this is just because I'm an Android user and using the AirPods doesn't do this because I'm an Android user, but the Galaxy Buds automatically give me some ambient. Oh my God, this is a huge win. Unfair. There's no way that any earbud could handle that high a wind. Okay, and what's flying by now, we got a couple cars that went by in the background. What I've noticed with the Galaxy Buds Plus from all my prior videos is that they do a much better job suppressing background traffic noise than any other earbud, and my sample test with the AirPods have shown that they are just like any other $50 earbud that has CBC8 noise canceling. They just do not actually block background noise of traffic. Maybe it's the frequency that traffic comes through at, but Galaxy Buds Plus have historically blocked that sound. We're going to do the back-to-back comparison. We're going to re-rank these earbuds based on this test, and we're going to have some fun enjoying the first snow of the season.
And that's a wrap, folks. That's my review of the AirPod Pros. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. So Zen out.